kind of neat, all the course markings. There's the Blue Sky Marathon and half marathon race today. And I should really sign up for that race or maybe volunteer. I think that would be great. I don't think we'll see any racers today. I'm just a little bit too early for them, but we'll see. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, if you're new here, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. But today I am talking about the Hoka Speedgoat 6. Yes, this is a very good shoe, a great all-around trail trainer. I'm pretty excited to share my thoughts with you on this beautiful morning, although it's very overcast. It's late October here in Colorado. Temperatures are starting to drop and we should see some even colder temperatures and snow really any day now. All right, so let's move on with this review in the Hoka Speedgoat 6. We're gonna be talking about the overall build or build quality, the comfort, the performance, and lastly, the value. But first, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us about some of the specs and features of the Hoka Speedgoat 6?
There's only one goat on the trail, and this is it. Combining Hoka's tried and true cushioning with aggressive traction and ultralight materials, the Speedgoat 6 was born to tame the trail. As for some of the specs and features, you get a woven textile upper made mostly of recycled materials, a gusseted tongue, compression molded EVA foam midsole, an internal support chassis for a secure yet accommodating lockdown fit, Vibram Mega Grip with traction lug, rubber outsole, which are 5 millimeters in depth, 40 millimeters of heel stack, 35 millimeters of toe stack in a men's size, 38 millimeters of heel stack and 33 millimeters of toe stack in a women's size for that 5 millimeter drop, weighing in at 278 grams or 9.2 ounces in a men's US 10 and 232 grams or 8.2 ounces in a women's US size 8, and a US MSRP of $155. And I should also mention that Hoka did send me this shoe for the purpose of review, but know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. Chad, back over to you.
Thanks, voiceover Chad. You always do a great job. So I've been running in the Speedgoat 6 for about 2 or 3 weeks, quite a bit for most of my trail runs. Today being a long run, should be doing about 20 miles or so, and I've accumulated about 65 miles in the shoes. All the B-roll footage that you're gonna see in today's video was recorded after this run. So you're seeing the shoe in its true and current state. Whew, those rocks are fun. All right, as for the build and build quality, I feel like Hoka did a really good job at choosing materials that are going to be durable, breathable, and adaptable to your foot. Starting with the outsole rubber, that Vibram or Vibram, however you want to say it, Mega Grip with those traction lugs, 5 millimeters of depth, does a pretty good job. I feel like in this shoe they've addressed some premature wear concerns that we've seen in some of the past Speedgoats. I'm not having or seeing a single issue with it either peeling or wearing out premature. I feel like it's gonna last a long time. That outsole rubber is placed in strategic spots, therefore giving you the traction that you need without adding excess weight. Moving on to that midsole, it is a standard compressed EVA midsole, nothing fancy, kind of tried and tested. I feel like that's both a good thing and maybe the one area where I would opt to improve the shoe on. More on that in a minute. It is a higher cushioned midsole, 40 millimeters in that heel, at least in the men's, 38 millimeters for the women's. So lots of stack that is soft, but the caveat there, not too soft. I know the Speedgoats of the past, the midsole was a part of the shoe that went flat, wore out premature perhaps. I don't think that's gonna happen in this shoe. However, the midsole is maybe not as inspiring as I would want. I'll talk about that more on the performance section of this video. Moving on to the upper, the fit is spot on. I went with a 9.5, true to size, would not change that. It is not a wide fitting shoe, but it's adequate and holds my foot very nicely in place. The upper material is very strong, somewhat breathable, very abrasion resistant. And you get some nice TPU overlays across the toe cap, which add some durability, a little bit of structure up there. But you can also see that there's kind of a texture or design to those overlays that is not just to look cool, but actually provides some function because it allows any water that gets into the shoe to more easily escape and get squished out the sides and the front of the shoe. The heel is pretty stout, holds my heel really well in place. You get some decent padding around that ankle and heel, but no complaints on the build or build quality of the heel. And then the tongue is gusseted, fully gusseted. Thank you, Hoka. Definitely helps hold it in place, and it's lightly padded. There's actually really not that much padding in the tongue at all, but I don't feel like that's really an issue. The laces seem to lay flat across the top of my foot and are otherwise comfortable. I don't really feel them across the top of my foot. So overall build quality, I'm quite pleased. I wouldn't say it is the best of the best, but considering what it is and the price point, I think you're getting a very good, thought out, functional build. So I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. I guess I need to go get to the start real fast. I'm just kidding. And there's all the volunteers setting up one of the aid stations. Pretty awesome to see. Yeah, the start of the race is like 8 miles that way. And moving on to the comfort of the shoe. Overall, for a daily trainer type of trail shoe, I think the comfort is pretty good in this shoe. And it's even one that I would consider for an ultra race, you know, 50 miler, maybe even 100 miler. The midsole, as mentioned previously, is a compressed EVA midsole that does offer decent cushioning, although I would not say it's an overly soft midsole. I do wish, and this is the one area of complaint, I do wish that it was a nitrogen infused midsole. That's kind of what is becoming more the standard in our shoes, road and trail shoes. Seems that that's a great way to build upon just a standard EVA midsole to make it more inspiring, a little more bouncy and fun to run in, a little more cushioned without compromising durability. In fact, I think it actually adds to the overall longevity and durability of that midsole. Regardless, compressed EVA midsole in this shoe seems to do adequate on the trails. On the road, it would definitely be too hard, but good enough here on the trails. The shoe was pretty stiff when I first pulled it out of the box. I almost wondered if it was a plated shoe because it was really hard to bend and twist and turn. But I feel like now, after 65 miles in the shoe, it's really come into its own. Feels like a much better shoe now. Like I've broken it in and it is now ready to go out there and just put in the miles and perform for me. So the shoe is improved over time and I've come to enjoy it more. So underfoot comfort, I feel like I can run all day in this shoe without much issue, even though I wish it was just a little bit softer in that midsole. However, with that said, it offers pretty good underfoot protection. There's no rock plate in this shoe, and even though there's some exposed EVA midsole on the outside where the rubber is, on the outsole of the shoe, decent rock and root protection underfoot without compromising underfoot ground feel. I've never had to worry about stepping on a rock and it protruding through and like piercing my foot or hurting my foot at all. But I also feel like I can feel what's happening underfoot, which is quite nice, and again, adds to the comfort on those longer days, longer runs. Moving on to the upper, there's some nice elements that add to the comfort. I mentioned the padding around the ankle and the heel. There's no rubbing on my Achilles or the ankles bones themselves because of that padding. It just feels really good, but also really secure. The tongue is fully gusseted on each side, so that's really nice. Again, holds it in place so it's not moving around on you. On the inside of the shoe, there's some additional fabric that reinforces the medial and lateral side. So as the shoe gets tied around your foot, you get a nice secure hold around the sides and across the top of your foot. So my foot's not moving side to side very much or back and forth in the shoe. It holds it comfortably in place without any pinching or hot spots. Even though this is not a wide-fitting shoe by any means, I feel like there's enough room for my toes to kind of adapt to the ground in that toe box. On the top of the shoe where your toes are, this piece of fabric right here is a little bit more flexible, which is nice for just allowing your toes and the front of your foot to kind of adapt. And then I should mention too that you do get a little bit of a flare, especially here in the toes, which helps add a little bit of stability on the ground, which is also nice, and again adds to the comfort and also the performance, which I'm going to talk about next. As for comfort, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10 as well. All right, making our way up this hill. I've been walking part of it. I need to start running again. I got a few switchbacks to go up. We'll get to the top. There's another flag. Too bad we're not running to the top of that mountain there. It'd be kind of fun to get up above or into the clouds. All right, approaching the top. Woo. Oh man, made it to the top. Now on to performance of the Hoka Speedgoat 6. Overall performance is pretty good. This is the type of shoe that you buy for those daily, regular trail miles, and I think that's exactly what this shoe does well at. The Vibram Mega Grip with those traction lugs, 5 millimeters of depth, does a really good job on all kinds of trails, from steep, rocky descents, technical descents, to smooth out trails, gravel roads. It just does a very good universal job. I do feel that the rubber is not quite as soft as some of the Vibram outsoles in other shoes, you know, like Ultras and Topos and such, and does a pretty good job at gripping confidently in all kinds of conditions and terrain. So no real complaints at all there. I also feel like it's gonna last the life of the shoe. So good job, Hoka, on the performance of that outsole. I think it's spot on that you went with that Vibram Mega Grip with those traction lugs. I think that was a really wise choice. Moving up into that midsole, I feel like the midsole could benefit from being nitrogen infused. That would offer a little bit more bounce and inspiring underfoot feel. But for those daily miles, it does a really good job. There's enough cushioning there to stay comfortable and to allow you to perform and just put in those miles. You can even pick up the pace a little bit in this shoe and it will reward you. Although I wouldn't use this for your fastest of trail races, but that is not what this shoe is designed for. So it performs very well as that daily trail trainer. Performance of the upper is also really nice. I think that's actually one of the highlights of the Speedgoat 6. My foot is held really nicely and securely in place around the ankle, the heel, across the top of my foot. I feel like the fabric adapts with my foot as I'm moving and undulating on the trails. There's no pinching, hot spots, or premature wear on that upper. It just does what it needs to do. I'm not really thinking too much about the upper of the shoe while I'm running. I can just concentrate on the trail, and I think that says a lot about the overall performance. So now, inevitably, I always forget to mention something, but I am curious, have you used the Hoka Speedgoat 6? Do you have the shoe, and how has it been for you? Let me know in the comments. Let me know, what have you liked? And maybe what have you disliked, or what do you wish would change with the shoe? Drop a comment down below. And once again, I'm walking. This is not a See Chad Walk channel. This is a See Chad Run channel. Let's get running. Another flag, pretty awesome. So overall performance as a daily trainer, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Good job, Hoka. There's the aid station right over there. Just over 15 miles in, and really enjoying this run. This is just a beautiful, wonderful day. Great way to start the weekend too. Did you notice that I'm wearing my purple T8 shorts to match the purple in the Speedgoat 6s? Yeah, you can't buy the purple color in the T8 shorts anymore. But I do have a 10% off coupon you can use to buy any of their products. You can get the gold shorts, the blue shorts, or the black shorts, and they have an integrated waist belt so you can carry additional items, which is pretty awesome in these really comfortable, lightweight shorts. So let's talk about the value of the Speedgoat 6 at $150 US MSRP. I feel like that is a competitive price. It definitely puts it in line with the competition, but I also feel like that is maybe a little higher than I would want to see. Is it worth paying? Are you getting a shoe that's gonna last a long time? A shoe that's pretty universal in its capabilities? Yes, you are. But I really wish it was in that 130 to 140 price range. It's all about value these days. And there are a lot of other really good competing shoes in that $150 to $155 price range. So to beat the competition, you either have to undercut the price or offer features and technology and styles that are arguably better than the competition. And I don't feel that the Speedgoat 6 offers anything better than anything else out there in the same price point. Future Chad here. I think I forgot to give value its a rating. I'm gonna give that also an 8 out of 10, a very solid, admirable score. All right, back to you, Chad. Do I recommend the shoe? I recommend that you check it out. I think it's worth taking a look into. If you've used any of the Speedgoats in the past and you really like them, there's a good chance that the Speedgoat 6 will do quite well for you as well. And if you're looking for just one good trail shoe that can do 90% of your trail running, yeah, the Hoka Speedgoat 6 is definitely a good option. Well, I think that's all I have to say on the overall review of the Hoka Speedgoat 6. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I also want to thank my sponsors. I already mentioned T8, 10% discount code in the comments and the pinned comment down below. Also, Hydra Pack, really appreciate your sponsorship. They make these awesome hydration flasks. These are the Ultra Flask 500 milliliter, work great in most vests, and they've got that speed cap, which just pops open, making it super convenient, especially at a race. Hydra Pack also made these really cool 150 milliliter soft flasks, which I've filled up with, in this case, untapped maple syrup that I got from the feed. Thanks to the feed also for your sponsorship. It's just amazing, all the products that I can buy and purchase on the website. $15 credit if you sign up using my affiliate link down below. Okay, that's enough on the sales side. Let's go check out the race. I think there's another aid station down here. Good job, you're in first place. I know. I know, I'm teasing. And she's like, no, 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 no. Too funny. Look at all these fabulous people over here. There's another aid station. All right. No actual runners yet. I don't think they've started the race quite yet. I'm loving the fall colors, the yellow on those trees. Beautiful. And we're gonna be making our way up to the top of that ridge over there. Oh, beautiful trees. Love the colors. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm gonna see any of the racers today. They'll be coming from that direction, but I need to go up this way instead. So we're gonna go up to the top of the ridge, and I suppose we ought to leave this video off as we always do. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Consider joining the channel membership as well if you are a subscriber. That starts at only $1 a month and just goes to support the channel and these videos that I try to share with you. I hope you find them informative and inspiring. I've got a lot more shoe and gear reviews coming your way, so stay tuned for that. Hit the bell for notifications if you want, and I will see you on the next video. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile, as I am today in the Hoka Speedgoat 6. I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.